SureDog.com here with Yves Edwards, preparing to fight again in the UFC, coming up in just a couple weeks here. How do you feel about your preparation?
I feel good, man. The camp's been good this time around. Had some good sparring with some good guys, and I feel like everything's right where it's supposed to be at this point. I'm a little bit over a week out, and things are just exactly on point.
This fight against Piotr Hallmann was originally scheduled for UFC 173 and was pushed back to this. Did that have any effect on the training camp, good or bad?
I guess can't say it's bad just because you get more time to prepare. You know what I mean? But I think it did have an effect. It just gave me more time. Like I said, it gave me more time to prepare. And I think it worked out well for me outside of training camp, because I had some stuff going on at home that I had to take care of, moving and everything like that, and didn't want my wife to have to deal with that by herself. So I was planning on going back for that, but I was able to stay home a little bit longer just to get that done. So it all worked out in the end, and then came down. Camp has been good. Everybody's been. We had a lot of guys fighting the past couple of weeks, so we had a lot of guys getting ready to, and a lot of guys peaking around the same time. So that was a big help too. So I think it all worked out in the end.
Well, speaking of peaking, that was one of my concerns with the delay, is that it would somehow throw off your peak of training or possibly overtrain. That wasn't a concern of yours, though.
No, that wasn't a concern, the overtraining or anything like that, because it was so far out. It wasn't like it was 2 weeks and then the fight was scheduled for 2 weeks in the future, and then now it's pushed back another 2. No, I had about, I think it was 5 weeks out or so when I found out that it was it was pushed back. So made it 7, just made it a little bit easier. I was initially I was a little disappointed because once you get a date, you get that set in your head. But when it changed, I was disappointed for about 15 minutes. Then I got over it.
Well, your opponent coming up, Piotr Hallmann, what are your thoughts on him?
The guy looks tough. Looks really determined as far as when he's in there, he's fighting. I think between me and him, I'm definitely going to be the faster guy. I don't know who's going to be the stronger guy, and I've heard that we're about the same size. Even though he's coming down from 170 a few fights ago, but so if we're about the same size, I think the speed's going to be the big difference. Power doesn't matter if you can't get a hold of someone, and I don't think he's going to be able to get a hold of me or touch me with any power. And I'm still at 37. I think I'm still pretty quick. So I'm going to go out there and showcase that. Just let people see how fast I can be, and be exciting like I used to be. I think I kind of got away from things that brought me to this level and had me at the top of this level for a while, and I'm just gonna get back on those things and try to get back there for as long as I stick around.
Can you explain a little bit more about when you say you got away from those? What caused you to get away from those, or what do you think you got away from?
I think I just got away from basically being quick. Using a lot of movement and giving guys a lot to think about while I'm out there. Even when I'm not doing anything, guys had to think about things, and so I think I got away from that, trying to walk guys down, trying to be powerful. And I hit hard, but I'm not a power puncher, I'm not a guy I'm not like a Robbie, Robbie can box and whatnot, but when Robbie started, Robbie was a brawler. He was a guy that would throw bombs at you, and you gonna get out of the way. And I think I try to get into a little bit of that, and not stay with my speed and trying to be technical. So I think I got away from that, but I've gotten back on it, and I think that's, for me especially, I think that's the thing that makes me stand out.
Normally when I see an 11-year age difference between fighters, I think that the older fighter will be a little slower, lack endurance, but this is you, and you're known for that speed. Do you think age is going to be any kind of factor in this fight for, like, endurance?
I don't think age is going to be a factor at all. We're fighting. Albuquerque is a little elevated, but I think we're both going to be in the same cage, so we're both dealing with the same thing. I'm not going to worry about that. And I don't think anything's going to affect my speed. I don't think the age matters. as far as that goes, I just happen to be born a little bit before the guy, you know. But I've got good genes and I treat myself well, so I'm not slowing down just yet.
What did you think of his fight against Al Iaquinta?
Um, I think it was a good fight. I think he surprised Al a little bit early, but Al's a smart guy and he figured it out pretty quick. You know, he got back, and actually, I think Al doesn't give guys as much movement as I can or as I do. But when he did start giving him good movement, I don't think he could deal with that. You know, and I think I'm gonna give him. Well, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna give him a lot more of that. You know, so it's gonna be a good night for me. I think some of the things that Al was able to do are going to play well into what I do. You know, there were two orthodox strikers going up against each other, but it also, you know, Al's got good footwork. You know, he can move his feet well, and I think that was a big part of you know, his success in that fight. And I don't think Hallmann has very good footwork, so you know that's what keeps him slow. That's what makes him slow. He may have good power, but his feet. You know, if you can't move your feet, you can't really catch up to someone like me. So I think that's what I'm gonna do to make him have to pay.